Welcome to the Wonder Fair Home Shopping Network. This is our 4 o'clock broadcast today here on Monday. Phones already ringing off the hook. So I'm Paul here, your host this afternoon. And we've got a real special guest this afternoon.
Is it Dave?
It is, Dave's always special.
Who could it be?
Who could it be indeed? Well, folks, real treat. It's Lawrence, Kansas's 10th best local artist. Please welcome to the Wonder Fair Home Shopping Network our first guest, Grace D. Chin.
Woo! Thank you.
Hello.
Number 10.
Number 10. We're number 10.
Yes, we're going to try and stay apart, but in frame. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm in frame for Instagram, folks.
We're going to find out. I'm going to pull up that Instagram
You are.
feed.
In fact, Paul's at the very edge.
All right.
All right.
Again, Grace is perfect.
Grace is perfect.
Thank you.
Movie magic.
Ooh, wow. So fancy here.
In one of the haunted diner mugs.
Beautiful, yeah.
Mhm.
Not currently for sale in our store.
Oh.
Or anywhere.
Or anywhere.
Extremely limited edition, out of print.
I'm just gonna get real quickly send out this live link to Twitter, let people know we're alive. Just a little check-in, but how are you doing, Grace?
You can be honest with our people.
Well, you know.
We're all friends here.
Yeah. Well, it's a mess. I chose a really interesting time to move abroad.
Yep, Grace was just about to move to Germany,
Yeah.
become Berlin's 10th best local artist.
Oh, maybe 100th because there's a lot. It's a bigger pond.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
You
Mhm.
work your way up.
Honorable
Yeah.
mention. It's honorable.
Yeah, truly.
Now we're looking at maybe April 13th.
That would be not so much further in
No,
the future.
That's
it's not.
practically the same.
Yeah. But again, who knows?
Who knows? It's a wild world out
Yeah.
there right now.
Every day is a winding road.
And so you brought a bunch of trash from your house in order
Yes.
to share. No, I'm
Yes,
just kidding.
yeah.
I know you've been trying to move.
Mhm.
And so you've been mentioning a lot of accumulated goods you were trying to get rid of.
Yes.
Or other things, or show and tell, or I'm not actually sure what you have prepared for
Yes.
us besides there's wrapping paper here.
Yes, I wanted to show folks at home how to wrap strangely shaped objects. I actually do have a book that I was referencing. This was my mother's copy. I don't think it's in print anymore, so creative ideas from Japan. I mean, maybe there's a copy floating around on eBay or
Yeah, you've got loads of internet searching time ahead of you now, so go ahead and try and track down your very own.
That a couple of them have cool stories that come with them. So,
Yeah.
Are they sad stories?
I mean, not super sad stories.
Okay.
They're just like, well, I'll get to that.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Yeah, what should I start out with?
I think we're set up for wrapping, so maybe we
Yes.
start there.
Sure. I will save the best for last.
That's a good way
Although
to do
I
it.
do want to say this was one of the cool ideas that I think is too difficult to show here, and I don't know that you can really see it.
No,
on the
it's
screen.
hard to see almost anything on these
This
screens.
is just a toilet paper roll.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Inside there?
yes,
great.
maybe it'll come free with one of my wreaths. If,
Yes. Yeah, we
purchase
could
it.
do that.
Free paper towel.
A little
or-
upsell going
toilet
on right here.
Yeah.
If you order one of these sad wreaths today, you could get a free, nicely wrapped roll of toilet paper.
It's not a very nice roll of toilet paper because it's what was left at Dylan's when I went.
Yeah, the real least favorite.
Yes, least favorite.
Least favorite toilet
but still
paper
works.
at the Dirty Dillons.
Yes.
Wait, the Dapper Dillons. Excuse me.
Yeah. So there's that. But I just wanted to show it because I thought it was really cool.
It is. That is a wrap job beyond what we do for the souvenir toilet paper we sell here at Wonder Fair from the haunted bathroom. We do a more simple
But it's like
tuck into the tube.
custom printed though, like screen.
That's
printed.
true. We do have a custom screen printed souvenir toilet paper that we'll be able to show you right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's coming into Instagram frame with Meredith's got that there.
Super high tech.
Yes.
Love it.
Modeling the custom toilet paper. Shout out to Dustin, who I did see had joined. But you'll see here that it's more of just like your classic big bulky roll, tuck into the tube sort of wrap job there. And I'll show this for the folks on YouTube.
Hey YouTube.
There you go. We've got a multi-camera setup here. We haven't really talked about our setup for the Home Shopping Network. We've got an Instagram camera set a little further back, and then up here we've got our YouTube camera. So you see the tuck into the tube job there, whereas Grace is elegantly disguises the fact that this is toilet paper. It might be a can of beer.
Yeah.
Can of beer.
A can of beer.
Not a product. Is it?
So
Not that we sell.
no.
Can of beer.
Oh, I was thinking like a can of beans with beer in it.
It could be a can of beans.
Yeah,
Too.
it could.
Weird.
You never know.
Whatever works in these difficult times.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll start out with the simplest wrapping solution first. So this is for situations where you don't have a lot of paper.
Oh yeah, we've all been there.
Yes.
Cut too short. What do you do?
Yeah. Wonder Fair's closed because it's after hours. You got to get to a birthday party. So you've got
this is all you've got left.
Yeah, a single
That's
sheet.
scrap.
Yeah, fabric also works too. But basically, if I were to try to wrap this lovely set of tarot cards, I think.
Available here at Wonder Fair in the online store, wonderfairhomeshopping.com. I think that's available. I'm going to check, make sure.
Right. But it would be a good thing to leave on a friend's porch, like help them take up a new hobby. So it would be a great addition.
That's what we're looking for now, is those new entry points for people. Like, it's time to learn, time to grow. So maybe you wanted to
take up
try and predict the future.
Yeah.
So
we're all
far,
failing horribly at it now.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get good at it with this Neo Tarot set.
I mean, if anything, you're getting 78 lovely illustrations that you could even like.
Tarot. It's got these beautiful new weird illustrations that we think are cool.
Yes, I'll show the inside real quick. But
it's elaborate. Let's just say that.
First is get your paper to the same width as your object. So I'm just gonna fold the excess on this over to approximately the width. We're not gonna be super fancy here. No one's got time for that anymore. And then
all we have is time now, Grace.
that is true. Never mind.
The broadcast is only an hour, so
I'm gonna try to stand up and show this. You know what? Now I'm seeing that actually this method does not work for this object.
Too
Oh,
you know what?
We're
just gonna grab the Jaguar kit.
Way to improv.
Improving. So this is maybe a more suitable method for this, but it's nothing complicated. This is really easy to do. We'll just take this tape and
moving this so folks
folks
at home
totally
can see a little better.
And then I'm just gonna do this little trick, take off some of the tack.
Oh yeah, classic trick.
Yeah.
If you're in retail, you know that trick.
Yeah, so that it comes off without ripping off the face of the lady on the front of this box.
Once more, we'll repeat. Grace has reduced the tackiness of the tape by sticking it first to her clothing, pulling up lots of little dusty fuzzies.
Is there a word for that move?
It's what?
Is there a word for that move?
Lintifying.
Lintifying.
I just
Lintify, we're
made that up.
lintifying the tape right now. And that was already a low tack tape.
Yeah, so I probably didn't need to do that.
Might not have needed to,
I
but
think
it's always good to be
always
safe.
best. Yeah.
So this is maybe a little difficult to see because I picked a weird color. I thought it went well with the tarot deck.
Yeah, lay that under and see
Yeah.
the folds.
So you're just folding this over like
I'm
you're.
getting a great view of the folds.
Okay, cool.
Right.
So you're just folding it over like an envelope, and then we're gonna take some twine, which I think I brought over here. This is the kind that's at Wonder Fair. And then taking two.
That's in-house stuff. Do
Yes.
we sell twine? We might have twine. Give us a
Yeah.
call.
Yeah. And I took two. Is that his name?
He
Nailed it.
he
Okay.
is a
He's got
swimmer.
a really. Yeah, he's got an impressive wingspan. Like he does that thing before he
butterfly.
swims. Yeah. Or like before he starts swimming, he like does like a
little
weird
fish.
like he looks like a
Right.
duck.
He does the weird clap up and down thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it's also like an intimidation move. Like, look at my arms. So I've taken the twine and wrapped it around and just tied a bow. And this leaves the sides exposed, but again,
Nobody cares.
nobody cares.
It's a pandemic.
People love
Everybody's happy
getting.
to get a present.
Yeah. Break the monotony. Tattoo
Cute.
your quarantine buddies or yourself. So that's really simple and a nice thing to do in a pinch.
What else have you got for us, Grace?
Well, how much time have we got? Should I keep on going?
Let's
with
do
this?
another wrap.
Yeah. Okay. How many wraps should I do? Because I want to be choosy with the ones I show. Then.
I think we.
A maximum of 3 wraps.
Okay. In that case, we're gonna leave that one for another day.
Rainy day wrap.
Right. So this is also that are on the.
Magic Bean Garden. It was featured in our first broadcast, I think, or maybe in our. Yeah. And that's good for the folks with little ones at home. You've probably grown some kind of plant in a cup before, but now you're able to grow a plant with a smiley face on it.
Yeah.
Somehow they tattooed the plants, and you can grow a tattooed plant at home now.
I mean,
This
A great way to pass the time, because each weird new day you get to at least see some sort of progress.
how will you hide this novelty from the eyes of its recipient until they're ready to open?
This is also a way to give your recipient a bonus gift. I've got here a large bagoo bag. This is one from home, so this one is looking a little bit beat up, but maybe you can't see that on screen.
No, probably not coming through. Pretty low res.
Yes, great, excellent. So all you'll do is put it inside,
Wow.
tie it up.
It's that easy.
It's that easy. I promise they're not all like this. Some of them are.
Mind if they are.
So you're telling me you just dump that stuff in a bag and there you go?
I mean, it's really exciting because you also get this
It's
ripstop
gifting a bag.
bag that has a 50-pound capacity.
No, not all bags have 50-pound capacities.
No.
You might just be working with those cheap
Yeah.
reusable grocery
Mhm.
bags you get from the Merc or somewhere else.
No, but then this.
This is a nicer bag.
Yeah, come into the store with some style.
And this is a product we do sell at Wonder Fair
Yes.
here, the Bagoo line. So if you're looking for a reusable bag, I know you're still grocery shopping. That's allowed. We all need to eat. So if you're looking for a reusable grocery bag, try the Bagoo line
Yes.
here at Wonder Fair.
Order that reusable bags are not allowed at all grocery stores now.
Okay.
Oh, they're not.
Due to
Oh,
safety.
That's not entirely true. At the Merc,
I've also got.
I'm excited to see what is
Yes,
happening.
I've already got one done here, Martha Stewart style.
Bring that into frame, yeah.
Yes, bring that into frame. So perhaps somebody who could use a beer because they've had to put their entire store on the internet when they designed it to be an in-person experience.
Perhaps
Perhaps.
some of us might need a beer.
Yeah, and you want to take a nice walk to drop it off. So I'm starting with one of these brand spanking new sheets of custom printed Wonder Fair tissue paper.
That's right. Wonder Fair now has its own custom tissue paper designed by our staff member Keaton Flowers. Just new to the shop, I saw this new wrapping paper.
grab something real quick
Yeah.
here. So first, you'll start out by tracing a piece of cardstock or anything thicker to give the bottom of your package a little bit more structure. So I've got one cut out here.
Go to town with some scissors.
And it doesn't need to be pretty because you won't see it at all. So we'll start off by putting your object, your cylinder, inside the tissue paper. You'll want to keep it like maybe an inch away, depending on the circumference of your object. And you'll also
need to be further away if you've got a larger circumference.
Yes, further away. And I'm going to take one of my favorite Wonder Fair products, this like handy clip-on washi tape cutters. And
that's a very rare item.
Oh,
I'm not sure. Do we have that still?
Well,
we got to check on our inventory there. That's a popular and weird one. And
it's so good.
The people who love it, and the people who don't love it don't know about it.
Well, I mean, the alternative is something like this, which is a regular tape dispenser. I mean, this one is...
You've seen these before, folks.
Yes.
But now you're learning.
It's stuck to this.
Now you're learning about this new hands-free washi tape dispenser.
So I
don't know. Sorry, it's not actually hands-free. Probably.
Well, what's really nice about it is that if you're into washi tape, you're probably really into washi tape and have multiple rolls. But the problem with something like this is that every time you want to switch, you have to like take it apart, put a new roll in, or just tear it by hand, which is a shame because like washi tape is so pretty. Why would you like ruin it with a raw edge?
I would definitely tear it by hand because I didn't even know that there was another way.
Yeah, there is a better way. So
we'll get those restocked ASAP.
So you'll just clip that on your washi tape of choice, and then easy as that.
And look at that clean edge there, folks.
Clean edges.
My goodness, can you see that?
No,
it's all
no,
jagged.
We can't have that. No,
I can't believe it. But now right here, are you saying I just pull like that?
Yes.
Oh my God.
You do.
It was just as easy, maybe even easier. The leverage makes it so easy to tear.
You heard it here.
I'm going to leave these right here for you.
Yeah.
But you can't buy that right now.
No.
But, keep tuning in. We're here twice a day. We'll let you know when that one's back in stock. Could be months, but we'll let you know.
So, getting back to the thing I started with and then got distracted.
We are wrapping a beer bottle here on the Wonder Fair Home Shopping Network. All
right. So you'll place a piece of tape, maybe a cute piece of washi tape. So it looks nice when your friend opens this up. And find another piece of washi tape or other tape to secure it. Again, didn't do that quite straight, but this is live.
Yeah, it's live.
Watch it.
Errors and all.
Yeah,
You're seeing how the sausage gets made here.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we got some Leeway Franks earlier for lunch. Yep, they're doing local delivery. Y'all should look into that. Give Lee a call. I had the bratwurst salad, and it was delicious today.
Tubular.
Totally tubular.
Like this bottle.
Yes, like this bottle. So.
All right, so we're taking our circle scrap
and putting it underneath your bottle or other cylinder, and you're gonna try to hold this up and do it. So we'll also need a piece of tape for this thing. But I also brought one of Wonder Fair's sturdier tapes for the bottom, just because you don't want your gift falling out the bottom. And you can do this anyway because your friend or there are a couple of options to go for the next step. I'm going to just do another piece of tape to keep it really really nice and secure. So like the easiest way, of course, is just to like bunch it up like a piece of candy and tie. Then you'll turn it around and fold down the top into like not like an entire point, but just narrower so that you add some visual interest. Then you're gonna tape it down again, maybe with the stronger tape this time, just because this is also going to be part of your handle.
Ah, yeah.
Yes.
So you really want to, could you maybe staple that if you had like a long stapler?
You know what? If you, or even a regular stapler.
Even a regular stapler might do, but if you're a zine maker, you definitely have a long neck stapler at home. So here's a chance to maybe give that some extra use. Make sure it's still not clogged.
Yes, so I've got some custom printed ribbon here
What
that
are
I
you
made at
talking
home.
about? You made your own ribbon?
Yeah, I just wrote a little message to my buddies who are having a time. Says, hang in there, buddy. I think that was part of your broadcast earlier today.
It could have been.
Saying something about hanging in there, buddy.
Hang in there, baby.
So you're just going to string that through the loop at the top, like so.
Mm-hmm.
And then tie it in some sort of bow. If you don't have a ribbon printer at home, you can also
if you don't have a ribbon printer at home,
you can also take a piece of paper, write your message, punch a hole, also loop it through. So you've got a little pizzazz there, and tie this bow for carrying ease. Maybe once it's totally cool to see friends for like dinner parties, you could do this with like a bottle of wine that you're bringing for your host, because then you can just carry this to their home.
Great.
Yes, yeah. So
it's like ready to go. You made a whole bag out of just paper and ribbon.
Yes. Hello, Dave.
And Dave is here for his afternoon cameo.
So this is just for later, maybe.
This is for later. All sorts of weird stuff dropped on our front porch. Rachel dropped off pickles. And then Chuck, Chuck Larson, dropped off bagels and bialés. And I didn't even know what a bialé is. But now I had one for breakfast. Thanks, Chuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can wrap up whatever old beers you got hanging around your house and bring them over to your friend's house and really give them that kind of surprise.
Yeah.
Because they could use that moment. I love getting a text from Chuck letting us know that we've got bagels on our porch. So I'm gonna swap out right now for Meredith.
You know, thank you for this beer. I just asked to swap out so I could be sure to get these beers.
They were freshly purchased. Oh, and I did wipe those down with some wet wipes.
Always a good idea. You can do that at home. Set your groceries on a counter for 24 hours after buying. There's a lot of ways to be safe right now. Well, Grace, I'm here to talk about the other objects you brought in with us. We still need to talk about sad wreaths and their backstories.
Yes.
And we would also like to take a chance to maybe talk about some of your favorite things at Wonder Fair.
Yes.
So which would you like to do first, Grace?
Yeah, I think that white frame.
This is coming in there? Yeah. Okay, I'll bring this in the shot.
This is not a very sad wreath. This is just a wreath that was in the corner of my studio and I forgot about it. Well, it's kind of sad.
I mean,
like Brave Little Toaster. Sad.
But what a great movie. So Through Adversity.
Oh yeah, that's a good watch.
Take Care. Says this wreath that matches your skirt.
Oh, it does.
Well done. Well done, Grace.
But this one is the only one I put in a frame just because I have this frame that I'm definitely not taking to Germany with me. I've heard that other people put their wreaths in shadow boxes, which is nice. Especially if you've got some like UV resistant glass.
I do need to break in with a report that Dave has climbed in your bag.
Oh,
over there.
Oh my gosh, that's too.
It's real cute, but Grace is actually allergic. So do you want us to get him out of the bag?
That's totally fine.
Okay, well, let's let it happen.
I mean, I've been taking my aunt.
Person expect to pay for this one-of-a-kind, only shadow box framed ever, about to leave for Germany, opportunity leaving. Take Care,
including the frame.
That's an incredible bargain. We don't really know what Grace is doing and should have vetted these rock bottom prices, but when the artist says it's $85, it's $85.
It is $85.
Oh,
it is $85.
I think we won't put it on the website.
I think that's a bargain. We'll put it on our website momentarily. Paul will be doing that from behind. He won't be doing that from behind the scenes. I'm getting Paul's laptop is here. Paul will be getting my laptop on the mountain, and we're worrying about that.
Yeah, maybe after the broadcast.
Fantastic. So for $85, a rare and limited edition, I bet you have some other rarities here for us.
Yes, I do. So I've got 2 of these wreaths that have the same story. Well, actually, slightly different stories. They were also both a little bit neglected in my studio. I do know that there's some younger viewers at home, so there's.
I've said that word several times.
Okay, there's.
So we're allowing it.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So this one has a slightly.
Live
show.
It's a live show, everybody.
It's a live show. So I'll take the cover off just so that there's no glare. But this is a wreath that reads, "Take no shit."
It's in a beautiful golden laurel. It looks like
yes, it
shiny
is.
gold.
Yeah.
What are these flowers, Grace?
They are supposed to be German chamomile, but my work is not necessarily about botanical accuracy like some other paper artists do, which much respect for that game. It's just not my game.
Well, those botanically accurate flowers already exist in nature, and you are doing your own interpretation of them, which does not exist without you.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
that's a nice adaptation. German chamomile, what is the meaning? I know many of your wreaths have florography meanings behind the flower.
So German chamomile symbolizes strength in adversity.
Well,
I know.
this is a hot item, folks. Ad astra per aspera.
Yes.
Woof.
And
I'm trying to sigh in an opposite direction of Grace, but if you, like me, are doing a lot of heavy sighs, just make sure you sigh in an outward direction.
yeah.
But deep breathing. So this Take No Shit wreath feels very of the moment. And Grace, what will you be selling this one and only Take No Shit wreath for?
$125.
$125. Feels like a bargain.
It is a bargain.
It's the higher size order. I'm glad it hung out in your studio till now.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to call this the Dave wreath because, like our golden boy, who is very yowie right now, it is golden. And
that sat abandoned in my studio until I started cleaning it out to move abroad at the silliest time to move abroad again. But
who could know?
It's been a little bit bent out of shape, but I've rebent a lot of it back into shape. And that is also why this is being sold at a discount.
Tell us all about it. 125. I'm sensing a pattern.
Yes.
And that's exciting. So Solidarity Sister at 125, one and only. I'm spying a daffodil in there.
Yes, a daffodil.
I've recently been getting really into daffodils because it's daffodil time and we need the flowers in our lives.
Yeah.
So this feels timely.
Yeah, and it might be nice to have some flowers in your home without having to go outside risking illness at the grocery store or whatever. I mean, I guess you can also pick flowers too.
And I'm sure there's still flower delivery, but these flowers were made by hand.
These will last practically
forever.
Yeah.
I have one in my home, and I must say I love it. We also send them as gifts. They make great gifts.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Dave's upset. We're going to miss Grace. And you're going to miss having stateside shipping on these wreaths, which might be hard to come by in the near future. So if you've been waiting, maybe grab one now. Let's see what's last on your sad wreaths list. Grace.
Yes. So this is the saddest wreath of them all. So this wreath originally was going to be shipped to somebody who was in Canada. And what happened was somehow, I love USPS, I should say, but sometimes
America's strongest socialist institution. Long may it reign.
During Christmas time, things get pretty hectic over there. And sometimes your package, instead of going to Canada, ends up in Rio, Brazil.
Oh, those aren't the same.
No, they are not. They're in opposite directions. So this has been in sunny Brazil, came back in a package that was slightly smashed and stained somehow. But I
Looks good on the inside.
yeah, so it was a little bit sadder. I've zhuzhed it up a little, tried to breathe some new life back into it. And it says kindness prevails, which I think is also a good message for the times, because right now I think the thing that brings cheer into my heart is seeing the many ways that humans have been finding to comfort each other in these trying times.
Indeed. Much comfort needed. Maybe this is the one. It's been to Rio. It never made it to Canada. So, maybe that makes it more of an exciting piece to own. It's seen a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
This all, of course, happened long before there was this global pandemic. So it's also from a time gone by. Now you can barely get an art piece on the wrong plane to Rio. Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Just a guess. I don't know. It's hard to get a flight.
I have no idea.
So that's exciting. We don't know. Paul, do you think he doesn't know? He's snuggling Dave behind the camera.
Sold.
Take No Shit has
wow.
sold. We're hearing from the back. We are out of stock on the Take No Shit wreath. This is just like normal home shopping. Things are going fast and quantities are very low, very limited. I'm hearing now that the Solidarity Sister wreath, a lot of interest. So you're going to want to call soon because that one had daffodils in it. So I kind of want it.
Nice.
And I love my sisters. We're all sisters-in-law, but they're all beautiful angels. Anyway, enough about my sisters. Grace, that is our sad wreaths, I believe, for today.
Yeah, that is all of our sad wreaths.
We also just have about 20 minutes left and a few other things to show. So I'd actually like to share an item I pulled, Grace.
Yes.
They call me Preparedith because I came prepared. That's right. I made it up right now, but it's I also have another nickname. It's Memers. So you can choose which one of those you would like. But Gruber, that's a nickname I have for Grace.
Yes.
Gruber.
Mm-hmm.
Underneath the but it's a flower color guide. And yes, indeed.
I don't know if I want to hand it over.
Well, we'll share it.
Okay.
So it's put out by a couple of floral artists who live in New York, and they're known for their minimalist floral arrangements. But it's a dictionary going through flowers in color through all of the spectrum. So that, for example, if you were doing an arrangement or a wreath and someone suggested I need it to be blue, you could just flip to the purpley blue section and see every flower that represents that shade. And you can do perfect floral matches and plan bouquets, or maybe you're not a floral designer, but you just want to look at beautiful flowers all day.
Well, hot dog.
I know. I thought you'd like this one.
Dang
Gruber.
it. I feel like you're selling directly to me.
Well, I picked it for you.
Dang it.
One of the fun things about running a store is shopping for gifts for people that you don't actually give them, but you think of them. So I think we thought of probably Grace when someone brought this in. Might have been us, might have been Aaron Marable. But either way, it's so beautiful. I'll just do a nice flip through for the folks at home of all these beautiful flowers.
So many. All the colors of the rainbow.
All the colors. And then super fun at the back, there's actually little stamps of every one as little tear out stickers, so you can do little arrangements and see how things will look together. It's called by one reviewer at Bloom Magazine, a Pantone guide for flowers. I just love that.
I'm like,
whew. I know. There's
still
one. I know.
A beating heart.
It's a good book, and flowers are good.
They are.
More flowers. I also the artist Carissa, I believe. I'll have to No, I'm thinking of Carissa Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to figure that out. But my brain's a little fuzzy because we've been doing a few new things, and it's taken up my entire gray matter. Anyway, beautiful patch by Stay Home Club with the message, I will make it out alive around the perimeter, and some beautiful flowers in the middle, which possibly also have meaning toward this concept of perseverance and making it out. So it's a little too on the nose potentially because we're living through some seriously dark times.
Yeah, but it's a perennial message. I actually have that on one of my denim jackets, and every time I see it, I think, Well, yeah, I will.
Mhm.
I'm gonna make it out of this alive.
Yep, there's another side, everybody. We'll make it out of this alive. And I think that stands for culture and hope too. So I picked this patch because I think it goes beautifully with Grace's wreaths, which also as seen on Wonder Fair TV shop, I think.
Mhm.
So lots of messaging people could be sending out. Messages of hope in a weird time, or messages of weird in a weird time.
Mhm.
That's sort of our deal. Because go with what you know, and Wonder Fair is usually trying to keep it.
Maybe I'll pass them off to Paul here.
Mhm.
Yes.
Movie magic.
Exciting. So the first object I pulled out of my purse because I carry it around with me all the time. I think Allison might have already featured this on one of her late night Wonder Fair Live.
I
shows.
did not even get to watch that. So this is a rare and exciting moment. I didn't know it got featured. The
Yeah.
Traveler's Note pen.
Yes, it is compact, and you just take the bottom portion out from the top portion and put it in, and it becomes a pen like a transformer.
From tiny pen to mega pen.
Yes, and
It's
what's
everything.
really nice about it is that it, of course, travels well for people like me who sometimes, I'll admit it, leave their pens uncapped in their bags.
Whoa.
I know.
Oh, it's cool.
Which ends up ruining a lot of bags and staining them. And then you have to sew a patch on top of your bag, which you can find at Wonder Fair. But you really can't make that mistake with this pen because, like, when you're done with it, it goes inside itself. Like, you can't lose if you lose the cap, well.
I mean, you've really opened my eyes to a lot of reasons this is a great pen. I've been carrying this pen myself for like 2 or 3 years in my bag.
Yeah, it also has a clip so you can like put it on your collar
And
or
it looks
pocket.
like a classy accessory
It
or
is.
possibly like a secretive microphone, which might make people watch what they say around you. So I feel like that's a secondary secret benefit. Because maybe people will like think before they speak because they think you're recording everything.
Wow.
Think
But we're
about it.
always being recorded by our devices.
That's true. That's true. You're also always being recorded by your devices. So.
Yeah, and what's really cool about this is that if you don't like the clip, you can take off the very top and pop it right off.
Options. Yep.
Yeah.
Then you can just have a nice rolly pin, maybe wear it on a string around your neck.
Like Joan, what's her face on Mad Men?
Mhm.
Joan.
Very secretary
Yeah,
ruler or secretary necklace energy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Loving it.
Yeah, and it writes really nicely. It's my first real fountain pen. Takes an international cartridge, so right?
I think it does. Yes.
Yeah,
and I
very
think for
versatile.
many people it's one of their first pens and it's one of their last because
Yeah.
you kind of don't need to move beyond it. It's in the middle price range of fountain pens. We have cheaper ones. There's certainly more expensive ones, but as far as bang for your buck and total class goes, this is one of my favorites as well.
Yeah, and the only reason I waited so long is because I'm a lefty,
Mm.
and often I find that inks smudge if they don't dry very quickly. And yeah, I found that it's
Not a
not a problem. Not a problem.
Interesting, because this only comes in one nib size, which is kind of between a fine and a medium, I would say.
Mhm, mhm.
I'm glad to hear it dries fast. Do you know what kind of ink you usually use?
Right now I have the cartridge that came.
Have more lubricants in them, and that makes them dry a little slower, but they clog less often. It's all a trade-off in fountain pens, and that's part of the fun, is that you have to pay attention to the materials you're dealing with and can't just take them for granted. And we should take nothing for granted. We should enjoy all of the materials around
So
you. You should
many
think about all the factors.
Universal
that make them work.
messages
Mhm.
on this broadcast.
You know, we're just really feeling the universe right now.
Yes.
Just really intensely. So good pick, Gruber.
Yeah.
That'll probably be in our staff pick section on the site or elsewhere. We'll do a whole feature on fountain pens eventually,
Oof.
but we're not there yet.
Super excited for that.
Good pull, Grubes. Good
yeah.
fave. What are some other favorites for you?
Well, I pulled my favorite notebook, which I hear is actually hard to find in Germany. So I'll probably have to get.
Interesting. Like the brand or that specific one?
I think just the Midori brand. Or wait, maybe Midori is easy to find, but I can't remember. There was a note. Oh, it was the Maruman.
The Dockrid?
Yes.
The dot grid Maruman is the Nomosini is only made for the North American market. Weirdly.
Yes. So I use this is actually the store's copy, so it doesn't have the notes in it that I keep. I use
Out of a notebook, everybody.
Yes.
We don't know if that's a standard industry term, but it's always how we refer to what's between the covers, whether it's dot or line or grid. So you'll hear us often refer to the notebook's guts, and that's what this is referring to.
All guts are good guts, though. It just depends on the user, I guess. So, like, yeah, these are some of my favorite guts. Although
Dot grid guts are good guts.
yes, and I really like the subtlety of the dot grid on this one, and the paper is really lovely and goes well with fountain pens. Is this Tomoe River paper, or is it?
MD has their own special kind of paper. They do have some notebooks with what is Tomoe River adjacent. That's a region of paper. This is going to be a little bit thicker, a little bit toothier. That means a little rougher, but in no way rough. Still creamy smooth. Just it will dry ink a little bit faster. So
Rollerblading versus ice skating.
totally.
Like,
And you know what? Rollerblading is very satisfying.
It
You
is.
feel you're gripping the earth
yes.
versus spinning out on the ice and maybe,
I mean,
stabbing someone in the
sometimes
foot.
it
with
takes
an
a
ice
little
skate.
more control too, like ice skating and like drawing or writing on very smooth paper takes.
Cool. I love this notebook too. I love the dot. Most grids and graphs that you'll encounter in a notebook made by almost any company will be black or gray. Midori, they know that there's color in the world and why waste it? So their graph notebook has light blue graph lines and their dot grid notebook has like a light sage green dot. It's really pleasant and it's not too much contrast for your eye peepers.
Yeah, and I don't know if you already mentioned that it lays flat because I think
didn't, but show the people at home. Wow.
It's
That's flat like Kansas, folks, which is not that flat for those of you who haven't been in Kansas. If you've ever tried to climb the hill to KU's campus, woof. Kate, you live near it, so you know. It's tired.
yeah.
Those
every
are
day is
big.
leg day.
Every day is leg day. And don't even try to drive on it when it's icy and the students are out and about because they don't know what they're doing. But they're not here now. So
No.
That's fine. Our population's much smaller in Lawrence as our students have been sent home. This is a slice of life from our local reality TV show here at Wonder Fair Home Shopping Network. Well, good polls, Grace. 2 absolute classics, both made by the Midori Company. You repping for them?
Huh? I
They
mean,
deserve it.
sponsor me.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Actually, you also want. Do they make that paper cutter? They might.
Oh shoot!
I need to double check it. I can't remember.
It says Kokuyo.
Nope, different. Kokuyo is also great.
Yes.
Another wonderful Japanese company.
I mean, I guess that would have been my other poll if I hadn't already talked about this at length.
I
'Cause
know.
I love it.
It's so good. I'm not sure we can even carry it anymore. Unfortunately, at least one of our Japanese distributors' warehouse is based in California. They're under a shelter-in-place rule that's very strict, and so their warehouse isn't shipping. But that's okay. We still have a lot of their stuff in store, and we'll get it to you
Eventually.
as quickly as we can.
Yeah.
And if we don't have it right now, we'll get it to you eventually. So,
Yeah.
yep. Paul knows. Okay, everybody, we just have like around 5 minutes. And I
Around
wasn't sure because although I am prepared, I am not omniscient and I don't know everything Grace has planned or if we've missed any opportunities.
No, not at all. I guess, I mean, I had some other wrapping methods, but it feels like 5 minutes is maybe too short for that.
Well,
But-
I mean, we could try to do one at the end and then make a like wrap it up joke.
Oh,
'Cause we
yeah.
So we should like weed that. Paul, do you have anything else we need to tell the people, the folks at home? No. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to scooch out and let Grace really take it home, wrapping it up today with Grace Chin here on the Wonder Fair Home Shopping Network.
Thanks for
Drop
having
secret gifts on your neighbor's porches.
me.
All right.
Yeah.
Scooch.
So my last method works really well for flat, flexible objects like perhaps a print. This one says, work hard and eat lots of sandwiches. I like the second part of that statement. Loving a sandwich right now. So I do not have the custom Wonder Fair printed end result. It will look a little something like this. again, a tube. But you'll start out by placing your object about 2 inches from the bottom and folding it over. And that's vertically oriented. Then you're going to fold over the sides to be flush with the edge of the object. I would not recommend this for like super fancy prints or prints that are rather large. This is good for like risographs or anything that's on paper that like can be rolled. But
Checks out.
yeah, then you're gonna take a piece of washi tape. Maybe I'll switch rolls because I can. And I'm gonna try out this roll I got pretty recently. Secure this side over here. Just gonna put some on the end. Oh, got it stuck. Fold the end into a little triangle point. So this is where the print is. This is where the top is. Just fold it over so you've got a nice triangle shape. Kind of like how the hotels do like toilet paper, like fancy places. Not necessarily fancy places, but places. A cylinder. I've done this a little bit messily, but we're not sweating it. Then you'll take your edge and either use a piece of washi tape, which I've got here, to secure, or your custom printed ribbon, but I guess not. So this one is a little bit.
Might have borrowed it.
Oh, Dave might have borrowed it. That's cool.
I'll return it.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna borrow that from one of the beers we wrapped before, and slip this through the cylinder.
Ooh.
And this is a little bit too short, but I would tie it if there was enough. Yeah,
Good.
yeah. So another thing with a handle. Yeah, but this is just a cute way of delivering art. Maybe your friend needs something to spruce up their house now that they're looking at their walls a lot more often. Well, gosh, yeah.
Just letting folks know as you close.
Yeah, it's about 4 more minutes. That went by really fast.
It does.
So this also works pretty well, by the way, for like scarves and stuff. So maybe you want to give this like in a little care package to somebody. All right. Yeah, just close up. Ooh, hand modeling. I think I can lift it up so people can see.
Well, Grace, thanks for helping us wrap things up here at Wonder Fair during our transition, pivoting to digital. Good lift on that. Just to remind the folks, here on Wonder Fair Home Shopping, a very special opportunity to adopt a sad wreath that has been largely limited quantities. Of the 3, they will soon be available online. And you can buy them through, I don't know, our shop, Grace's shop. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think.
We didn't think through the logistics.
But yeah,
folks,
maybe
and that's just fine.
Maybe these are local only.
Yep, these are for local delivery only. Most likely because, as you might have heard, Solidarity Sister Wreath has already been to Rio de Janeiro and back.
Oh, Kindness Prevails.
Oh, Kindness Prevails, that was the one? Well,
Yeah,
one of them took a long trip, folks,
Sure
and the
did.
rest have just been languishing in the studio, forgotten about. But then 4 p.m. broadcast here on Wonder Fair Home Shopping. Paul, you want to slide in there and say goodbye to the folks from a safe distance?
Thanks. And until then, just check out wonderfairhomeshopping.com for all your Wonder Fair needs.
Check it out.